Good evening everyone, welcome back to Tom Plays Europa Universalis 4 for absolute beginners. We are back with Great Britain this time, no longer just England, and it looks like the coalition is falling apart, which is brilliant. That might change what I was about to do. I was considering joining in with Morocco. But now I'm eyeing up Florence again. I'm curious as to whether France is going to invade Morocco now. Looks like they are. Interesting. I'm also a bit aware that our manpower is extremely low, so maybe attacking Florence right now isn't the best idea. I mean, we are a lot more powerful than Burgundy. Maybe... Oh, suddenly we have access. Okay. I guess we're crusading them. At least for now. Claims on Burgundy, but we do have some on Brabant. So if we were successful, we might be able to... Yeah, you know, I think about face. Don't mind our vassals helping, but kind of feel like maybe if we're going to be forced to still be in a war, we should try to get something out of it as well. I don't think we're going to gain much from this crusade. I could be wrong. Maybe we can actually claim one of these lands. It's going to be a problem, of course, because of a bunch of our troops, our vassals, all coming down into Morocco. They're not going to be available for our war. But can't be helped. I really wish this uprising would actually happen. Never mind. Problem is the excommunication isn't going to last forever. So... yeah, we definitely need to send our ships back down, but we shouldn't need them for this. We can just get you across, in fact just land there. Okay, so if we're going to take Florence, we should actually start by attacking Brabant, because we're probably hoping to get some Hang on, I'm confused now. Right, yeah, so Brabant is just Antwerpen, which is fine. Oh, brilliant. Morocco have pulled out anyway. That's good. In which case, let's go and blockade Tunis a bit. So hopefully there'll be nothing to stop our troops from crossing back over. Aragon at war with Castile? Oh, they are. Fair enough. And they'll start to make their way home. Okay, so I'm thinking if we invade Florence on the grounds of their excommunication, we start by taking Brabant, we move into Burgundy, and then we finish with Florence. And hopefully any other allies they have, we will deal with as needed. Right, we do need something back, and we're at plus 200. With the English West Indies. Okay, great. Nope, no alliance. So we've also got Milan to worry about. So in theory this could end up being a big mistake. Given we have almost no manpower. But we'll see. We do have France and Brittany, so... hopefully that will make all the difference. Move here. Not quite so good for funding, but that might be the biggest navy. I think they're the one that took down the French navy, so if we block them in, it'll probably be more helpful than anything else we could do. Okay. Let's at least push this up a little. Should probably be worrying about any remaining coalition members as well. I can't see any, so maybe there is no coalition. Fair enough. Oh yeah, expansion ideas. Definitely want that. Some quite big combined armies here. Really hope I didn't bite off more than I can chew. Then again, it looks like they left one of these exposed to France, who have managed to take them down. Good work. So hopefully doing enough damage that we'll be able to come down with our army and finish the job. I am wondering if we ought to head down anyway. But then it may be a bit late. because if we abandon this siege, then we lose all the progress we've made. I was worried about France getting stomped on. Okay, that's annoying. I was hoping to head down and intercept that siege before it was over. Oh, okay. Right, let's combine this army into one and we'll start with Paris. Okay. And we're just going to try to get over to the French army and assist them. Make sure we don't get stomped. It'd be great if we could find the bulk of the enemy armies, which seem to be down here now. Stable government. I think we can afford to lose the prestige. Save ourselves the admin power. Assuming this war doesn't go horribly wrong, then we'll hopefully gain some prestige. Okay, disaster has struck. We should spare no effort. We do not want to be held up. So yeah, already hasn't gone to plan. I was hoping to take all of Brabant. Right. What other options do we have? I'm just thinking, let's try to preempt the next coalition. Some uprisings, but it looks like we've dealt with them, that's fine. Surprisingly, Munster hasn't risen up yet. Lose our subjugation on Scotland. I think I can live with that, given how sadly reduced they are. Yeah, at least we've taken a castle from Brabant, so... Okay, here comes Milan. Looks like France is actually fighting them off themselves though. So we can stick with the siege. And we have separatists. That's fine. Being insulted. Also fine. Can't do much about the separatists right now. A little busy. Reformation, okay. No doubt we'll hear more about the Counter-Reformation fairly soon. Okay. Excellent. Right. So that should save us a lot of money because we didn't have a colonist, but we can move the army into Panama because we're going to want to colonize that next. I definitely do want Panama. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long before the Caribbean one finishes. And hopefully it won't be too long before this finishes and I can head up and possibly help France on the way and go and sort out that siege in Brabant. At least they're now using their armies to siege castles rather than attacking France. Extremely stubborn castle. There we go. Right, gonna try and head straight up to Brabant. Ignore the growing separatist movement. Okay, embrace the Counter-Reformation. Austria will like it. It's gonna give us some technology and idea penalties, but should allow us to start turning the tide on religious unity. So it's probably worth it, and we should probably start with Lothian. In fact, we don't have any choice. Because this is the first time we've done this, but you're given an estimate of how long it'll take, and if it's like this, then it's just never going to happen. But yeah, it'll raise our unity by 2.5%, but more importantly, I'm fairly sure, well I think it just said, there's an actual centre of Reformation here, so we can take that out. Which should deal with the biggest threat to Catholicism in Great Britain. So the only question is, can we get there in time? I mean, that looks good actually, because minus 14%, there's no chance for siege ending. They'll hopefully be reluctant to leave it, if they even can. Oh no, they're not. Oh well, I was hoping that would give us a good opportunity to take them down. Oh, there we go. It did. So every time we win a battle, it's going to sap the enemy's manpower. Of course, ours pretty much started on 0. I do want to get this castle. I want to get all the Brabant lands. Although we're only really looking to take Antwerpen, so probably not going to take very much, honestly. It kind of makes sense to do it now, because not only is Florence excommunicated, so we won't get as many aggressive expansion penalties, this crusade against the Ottomans is still going on. So, short of... that was unexpected. Russia wants military access, so I do not mind. Short of pulling out of the war with the Ottomans early, which will upset the Commonwealth a bit, we would have been stuck in a war in any case. Grief. I think France is doing as well now. Oh no, I think we just won one. I'm not, yeah, just wasn't willing to leave that siege. Okay, that's not good. Chief of May, yeah, it's worth hanging around. So yeah, if we head down and see if we can stop this siege now. So we're slowly getting there. In fact, I'm seriously wondering if we should see if we can wrap this up. Can we renounce their cause and their overlordship? I'm not very interested in that. I just want Antwerpen, which they won't let us have. Looks like they're close to letting us have it though. And in theory they'll be more willing to make peace the longer the war goes on. Have to go up there again. But also winning battles should help convince them. Okay. Very conscious as our army's shrinking every time we fight. Okay, let's try this again. Although France has just beaten them up. So I want Antwerpen, they're willing to accept that now. Brilliant. Antwerpen is an extremely valuable province. So, well worth having. Let's start taking some more lands from Florence. Although, still really only planning to take this one. Okay, so here we are. Here's a second taxation opportunity, so I'm going to leave it be. That's still not a bad thing, because you do gain random monarch power. Not much, but it's kind of free. And apparently the English particulars have actually taken London, which is embarrassing. Oh wow, okay. Oh, they're actually willing to do it. Right, brilliant. That's good, because we desperately need to sort out all of these uprisings. So, with apologies to the Commonwealth, I am going to need to take my ships back. Actually, just want to come here. That general actually looks better. Right, cool. Okay, so that went pretty well. I think we've got another coalition forming. Seriously considering just trying to pull out again. White peace? That's a bit rubbish. Yeah, not sure I'll bother in that case. I think they're close enough that France is going to go over and start helping, so... Why worry? Actually, it looks like France... Did they take down the uprising? They're certainly going to take this down. That's good of them. Okay, so our next move, if it'll let us, is going to be to deal with the Welsh separatists. And then we're going to have to retake London from the particulars. And we're probably overdue to summon the Diet now. I see Portugal's doing really well against Muisca. That's good news. That's sarcasm, obviously. It's good news that they're doing badly. Okay, what does the Diet have to say? We'll be able to take lands if we can help with the... go with what the nobility want. So... I'm game. I've got too many diplomats sitting around as it is. Oh. Randomly lost stability. It's never good news. It's quite hard to keep it at 3 anyway though, so... No, that is going to make things a little worse. No. I thought it was meant to be Munster separatists. Right, well, one uprising at a time. So did we... Just checking, what do we have? Frankfurt are in a coalition. Okay. So let's see if we can improve our relationship with Frankfurt a bit. Maybe take down the coalition before it happens. Finally, okay, so the Ottomans have ceded a load of stuff to the Commonwealth and also to Dana, and they've released Karabakh. Excellent. We gained some power projection. Right, well, let's head over and deal with the Desmond separatists next, because we just don't have the troops to take down the particularists. I think particulars probably just want more autonomy or something. We might be able to just sit on the castle and wait for them to come to us, possibly. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, this fort is automatically taking Glamorgan back. That's good. I'm letting this get too high again, that's less good. Let's do the taxation thing. Because we are still horribly low on money. I suppose in theory we could have done the usury thing, but we don't have that many debts yet. Particularists, okay. Oh yeah, that's a problem. I think that one's growing rather than this one. So things aren't actually going to get any better, I don't think. May as well go in and do it then. Problem with that is we may never be in a position to take down the particularists. We might need to swap armies. Yes, well, we're working on it. Okay, with that in mind, let's move you up here. Probably move away just as an uprising happens down there, but there's only so much we can do. How are we for diplomatic relations? That's good. Was going to make an alliance with Portugal, weren't we? We already have a relation with them. And France is not at plus 200, so may as well improve our relations with them as well. Let's move you cautiously towards that army, because we could team up on them. Combine both of these. Okay, I think that's good news. Scambray, yes. Right, so let's send a colonist to Panama, and I might actually double up with Darien on this one, because we do have a spare colonial army and we're still not subsidising anyone. And to need to work out what to do with you once we have you back. Thinking we really need to move along here. Or maybe head to Africa. Main one I'm worrying about now is Peru, which is down here. but I can't do anything about them until we have Panama, really. Unless we manage to explore all around the coast of South America, which we should also start looking to do. Which means we definitely want a colony further along so we can explore more safely. Take the biggest army and put that, start them sieging London. We'll mop up the other two provinces with a smaller army, and then they can join the siege, and then we can deal with whatever uprisings happen in the meantime. So we partly had so many uprisings because, if I could find it, of our war exhaustion, I think. So hopefully now that will be reducing. Oh yeah, separatists for Munster are still in the running. So yeah, things will hopefully calm down a bit fairly soon. So with that in mind, I wonder if we could land here maybe. Give us the opportunity to explore a bit further, although we're already got quite a way down. You also don't want to lose any areas down in Africa though. Worried about being locked out again. I know Portugal tends to go this way a lot. There are quite a few important trade posts, so maybe this will be better. Okay, that's good. We've won the siege of London, which is also good. Need to work out where to go. Well, we know there might be an uprising in Munster, so let's send someone over there. And you should probably skip across the channel. Because we're almost certainly going to have uprisings in the newly conquered lands as well. I really need to start working on a third army, I think. So I can't do another colony until this one is reasonably well established. But once it is, I'll probably do one in Darien. Also, although in some ways... Oh no, Darien's the important one because I think their port is this side. So yeah, that's fine, but we are going to need to also move that army. It's like Florence is no longer excommunicated. That's why I wanted to move fairly quickly. We should have received far less aggressive expansion for taking this piece of land. Thanks to our good friend the Pope. And apparently we haven't managed to reach plus 100 with Russia, so we're probably going to have to bribe them or something. They already have military access. Enemy of enemy, allied to rival. Right, that's the problem. It's because we're allies of the Commonwealth. Don't know if we can do anything until we sort our money problems out though. So yeah, need to focus on that. Okay, so we're nearly in a position to get another papal blessing. Much as I would love to get the legitimacy and prestige blessings, because we're probably going to need them, and maybe we should go for the usury one. Or mercantilism, maybe? What does this do? Yearly corruption. Oh, it does reduce inflation. So yeah. Probably is actually worth it. And actually, it looks like the uprisings have stopped. Amazingly. At least the immediate uprisings have. Okay, going to manually reduce inflation. Unfortunately, it costs admin power, which you don't really want, but, and let's just reduce this a bit as well, although corruption is a bit high, but I think that papal blessing reduces it too. So in extreme cases you can reduce army maintenance, or of course colonial maintenance would usually be your first option. Oh, we haven't finished these though. We'll probably be fine then. And Florence has managed to get excommunicated again. Well, if it does any good, we will have a truce with them, no doubt. Rising in Panama, and we have converted... Oh no, we haven't converted anyone. Hasn't killed the coalition. Okay, we probably can't afford to lose a prestige now, so I'm going to lose even more admin power. Never mind. Oh yeah, we need to bring our army across, don't we? So we just grab this. You see, the English East Indies are now colonising Jamaica. So they don't really need us now. We want to keep good relations with them, but they don't need us to subsidise them. Quite independent in everything except that they're still going to give us money and join in our wars. Hopefully forever. And we are getting quite a lot of monarch power building up. And the printing press has not appeared yet, so I'm going to just throw some more into London. The reason I tend to be going for London is that it's our best chance to be the beginning of an institution. So let's see, colonialism started in Porto. The Renaissance began in Lucca. We're not likely to start the printing press because that's usually Germany, but global trade London has a decent chance of. And the chance goes up the higher the development. So generally whenever you've got some spares, it's worth putting them in your capital city, which in our case is London. how are we looking? Still not good. They should both be fine down there, so let's get you up here for when this colony finishes. I might just move you two along because we are going to want to go for Darien. Looks like Portugal's survived. You see, we're getting close to seeing Peru, and I have a horrible feeling Portugal might have beaten us to it. But we'll see. If we've been locked out, there's not a lot we can do. We might be able to do something actually, because there are quite a few areas in Peru that don't have fully proper nations. So we could probably try to conquer some of these, even if we're locked out. It's a little different from Louisiana. There are opportunities anyway. Need to decide at what point we can risk taking the colonist out and sending them across to Darien. It'd be nice if we could have the money problems sorted before we do that, because that is expensive. Okay. So this could be quite significant. Yeah, the reformed centre of Reformation in the province has disappeared. So what this hopefully means is that we won't be being converted quite the same anymore. And at some point we'll be able to start converting other provinces. I don't know if we need to revisit some of our decisions. We could get... Basically our missionaries aren't powerful enough, and now we're in the Counter-Reformation, this is probably our best chance to do it. And I think there were some decisions that we decided to kind of mothball. Yeah, so this and this, I think, doesn't look like we can actually select this anymore though. Oh, we need a theologian to do it. Okay, but we can pass this. It's going to make our institutions more expensive to embrace. So yeah, if we employ a theologian, but not that one, it's far too expensive. And yes, we also need to do something about Russia, which would have been much easier if we had money. So the other thing about putting funding into London is that in theory it should increase our money, although probably only the diplomatic power will do that. Administrative power would as well, but if you've got a workshop and a marketplace. Haven't really looked at these. These are the current buildings. These are the empty slots for additional buildings, and this is the development we would need to unlock an additional building. So there's a limit to how many buildings you can have in any one province. So that's your development. It's just a total of these three. So we do have plenty of room for expansion, but we're going to want a manufactory there at some point, so that'll take up another slot. But yeah, we probably won't run out in London, but if you take like Donegal, we've got a church, we've got room for one more building. We're severely limited in what we can build. Right. Slightly questioning whether it would be worth taking Perth, but maybe we should. Think about something else. Well, I suppose we can just go with the mothball the forts option. We should get some kind of warning before we have an uprising. So it leaves us a bit less prepared in case of attack, but it means we're at least making money again, which would be something. Can we give Russia some money now? We can, but will it be enough to make any difference? It will not. So I think we need +5, so we're going to have to give them quite a considerable gift to do that. But we're going to need to, because otherwise we're not going to be able to fulfill this mission. Failing that, we could stop our alliance with the Commonwealth, but that seems like a really bad idea. They're a pretty important ally, really. Okay. Donations. Okay, so this is probably going to be based on loyalty. Although we are expecting the nobles' loyalty to increase shortly. Still, at least with the clergy we know they're not going to become disloyal. Unfortunately, that does absolutely put paid to any chance of seizing land. And the nobility have gone disloyal. Did I pick the wrong one? I must have picked the wrong one. Maybe it hasn't then. And the print... Oh! Okay, so I happily said that London would not be the start of the printing industry, and it turns out it is. So you get a bunch of advantages through having started an institution. Ton of prestige, government reform, and 100 in every diplomatic power, plus it spreads more quickly. Actually, that might just be that London spreads more quickly. So I don't think you can be the beginning of 2 institutions in one province. So we'll probably want to shift to our next most valuable province for future extra monarch points. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what that province would be. Probably one over here, to be fair. Yeah, interesting. Maybe Antwerpen. So yeah, because it is quite heavily historically aligned over here, I think all of these areas do tend to get it. Or possibly just appears in everyone's capital city. Might be that actually. Maybe there's just a lot of capital cities in Germany. Well, I'm not sure why it's everywhere in Scandinavia in that case. So possibly just need a certain level of development. I guess Sweden is really well developed. Nonetheless, for whatever reason, we've got a good head start there. We've already got it in London. Not in a position to embrace it, and we wouldn't be anyway because we don't have enough money. But that's good. It's giving us a little boost. Okay. Deliberative assembly. So you have a few options here. I'm probably going to just go for royal decree. Absolutism is good if you want to conquer everything. It's not something I'm going to cover in detail, but it's a good thing. The more you have, the better, as a rule. Okay, let's really start winding up now. Kept expecting this colony to finish. Did Aragon win the war with Castile? That's interesting. That should be our next target then. Right, so we have some land over here, which is the best we've had so far. Hang on, colonial regions. It belongs to colonial Colombia. Okay. That's a bit unfortunate. I think I'm going to risk it and go with they stay, because we're still quite early on. Right, I'm going to do a colony in the Ivory Coast, just because the trade notes are valuable, but we do need to keep an eye on Brazil, because Portugal could actually lock us out of it. It also has the advantage that it might not take as long for them to get there. English rust in these? No, better leave it be. Cool. Oh, brilliant. Sweden after independence from Denmark. Okay, so this is a loyalty thing again, so we're going to deny them privileges, because otherwise the nobles will be very disloyal. And the Ivory Coast has an uprising already. Good for them. Unfortunately, we're probably going to get there in time to put it down. Be able to do Russia now. Okay. Not really the time which you wanted to be giving money away, but drat. You have to go and look at that. And they need to resend the colonist. Yeah, the colony's just gone. Right, okay. So what we'll probably do then is drop the army off. So I don't think it'll let us land. No. So yeah, hopefully we can use this as a base for exploration. Okay. Can't afford a diplomat, but the nobles are happy. Not really in a position to seize land though. Send you back, and we got here. Haven't conquered Scotland. Are we dominating trade? Oh, we're dominating trade. Okay, well that's good. Doesn't say which province gets the bonus, but one of our provinces has a bonus. Neither of those seems that valuable. Production efficiency is useful at least. It's not that our morale of navies is bad, but when we're not at war. And colonial range? We don't really need colonial range right now. Okay, right, we're going to recall this colonist and send them to Darien. It's going to cost us far too much money. But we're doing okay while the forts are mothballed. We probably need to unmothball a couple of these forts though. So if you click on the actual province, it's not the area, because it sometimes goes to your area, you can actually individually unmothball certain forts. Actually, it's pretty here, isn't it, having you on knees? Well, we'll see. We'll see if we're still making money. If we aren't, we can mothball those again. I don't really want to leave them mothballed. I'm pretty sure having them unmothballed gives you some benefits to your army tradition. Oh, good grief. Well, I suppose they did have to drive out there, drop someone off and drive all the way back. Sail all the way back, not drive. Right, so we'll let them heal before we send them over, and then we can start exploring. And we should end up with 3 colonies on the go. And we just need to focus on making sure we stay in positive money, and that should do it. Okay, right, gonna wrap up there. So, yeah, the last bit wasn't that interesting, but hey, happy to take some land from Florence and a little bit more land from the Holy Roman Empire. We're looking not too bad, I suppose, but then the whole religious wars are going to be tearing them apart anyway. But yeah, we do want to move further up here, and at some point we're probably going to be wanting to start attacking Norway. So the fact that Sweden's going for independence is brilliant. Oh, I know. Okay, might not be going too well. Looks like Russia's attacking them. Never mind, we'll deal with it one way or another. So the colonising is moving on. I'm very worried about this area, but we've at least managed to, I think, secure Louisiana. Obviously secured the Caribbean in a big way. We've on our way to the provinces I actually care about in colonial Colombia. Funny thing is, in some ways I might want to hold off on making this a colonial nation, because I'm going to want to build ships in Panama so they appear here, and then we can explore out west more easily. We don't actually need the colonial nation. We're okay having the colonial nation once the ships are built, but to build them we need to actually own the land directly. So yeah, going to be doing some shipbuilding in Darien as soon as the colony finishes. It would be great if we could get our own island somewhere to the west. But yeah, apart from that, we've got a foothold in Africa, but I need to check whether Portugal and Castile have started any areas down here. I think especially the Cape of Good Hope. And we really need to explore down here as well, so lots of exploration needs to be done. And Castile have started in Canada. Ish. Is this part of Canada? My geography may be failing me. They've started in North America anyway, so that's something we're going to have to worry about. So I was considering Florida at some point, but that's probably more pressing if Castile are there. But yeah, all look good anyway. Crusade finally ended. I think the Commonwealth did okay out of it, which is good because they're our ally and may well remain our ally for the rest of the game because they're not colonisers, and I doubt we'll get that far through the Holy Roman Empire. So, not to worry. And do we have enough rivals? We don't. We can actually select Aragon as a rival. Brilliant. So we should think carefully about maybe attacking Aragon, because as our rival they will get more prestige for doing it. So yeah, we'll see. But we'll leave all that for next time. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you then.